So here's the deal. I've talked to over hundreds of you guys over one-on-one Zoom, email, and some of you guys even in person, and there's such a big misconception of people who are about to get their hair transplants, or most importantly, the people who've already gotten their hair transplants, and they think that, hey, just because they get their transplants, it is done and they got their hair back, they're cured, they're good to go. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The reason why is because hair loss is progressive. Hair loss doesn't stop until we reach our genetic limit on how bald we're destined to be, or genetically predispositioned to be. Your body doesn't care if you got a hair transplant, it's going to continue to lose hair. Just like minoxidil, low light laser therapy, ketoconazole shampoo, derma rolling, all of these are just treatments, and just like that, a hair transplant is just a treatment. Now, where the misconception may come in is because of how drastic the results are compared to these treatments in just a short period of time. One guy using minoxidil and finasteride for even 3 years is not gonna get the same results as a guy who just got a hair transplant and his hairline is fully restored, his crown is back just within a matter of a few months. So I can see where that misconception might come in. And regardless, before or after you get a hair transplant, it is a must for you to come up with a hair routine and regimen to make sure that you're able to hold on to your hair. And if that's something that you don't want to do, you don't want to keep up with, then essentially there's no point of you even getting a hair transplant unless you just want to have hair for a few more years and then you don't care if it's gone or it stays or it's not a big deal to you. This is where a hair growth routine comes in. Most of us know all that, but let's take a second to kind of zoom out to understand what kind of hair growth routine is going to be the most effective for androgenic alopecia, which is the type of balding that we face due to our genetics and the excessive production of DHT. DHT is a hormone essentially that is converted from testosterone, and it's not just the excessive production of DHT that is causing the hair loss, but it's also the sensitivity of your scalp to that DHT, which is causing your hair to fall out. I'm so thankful because now I have real life data, not just from myself, but talking to hundreds of you guys. And a common place where a lot of people start is just simply hair growth oils. And yes, they work, but it is not intended for men with androgenic alopecia. The goal of a hair growth oil, yeah, some of it stimulate blood circulation, yeah, some of it may clear up the sebum, sure, it may have nourishing and hydrating health factors that is overall good for your hair. But if you look a little deeper into it, what is it scientifically doing in terms of A, stimulating blood circulation, and B, blocking DHT, and 3, most importantly, actually giving you hair growth in the areas that you are balding. And a lot of people, again, they will start with hair growth oils, and yeah, it may help a little bit in terms of helping you create a healthier look, but it is not going to be a permanent cure or solution to hair loss. And this is the point I really want to drive home, because if you guys have been following my whole hair transplant journey, once I got my hair transplant, I kept up with the treatments such as finasteride, I was using minoxidil, as well as ketoconazole shampoo along with derma rolling. Compared to my friend Tayyib, who also got a hair transplant with me, and he was afraid of getting side effects and whatnot, so he decided that, hey, I'm just gonna go the natural route, I'm just gonna see what happens within the next year or two, and if there's any drastic changes, then, you know, he'll consider some sort of treatment. Although he got amazing results from his hair transplant, he is still continuing to face hair loss, and that is another cause for concern, and that is why he's going to be jumping on some treatments. And probably in the next video I'm going to bring him on because I believe this month or next month we are reaching our 18-month mark of our hair transplant, which is going to be 100% of our results from the moment that we got our hair transplant. So I'm going to bring him on into the video and we'll show you what my hair looks like compared to what his does, and we'll figure out a treatment plan for him. So if you guys want to see that video, be sure to have your notification bell on so you'll be notified when that is uploaded. Regardless, I want to drive this point home. If you are losing hair, if you are facing androgenic alopecia, you will lose hair regardless of you getting a hair transplant or not. You getting a hair transplant and not keeping up with the treatments is simply going to prolong your balding, but it's not going to completely fix it. Yeah, the transplanted grafts are resistant to DHT and those grafts are permanent, but the native hairs around the transplanted areas, they're still prone to further loss. It is always easier to prevent the thinning, prevent the hair loss, than to get it back. And you don't want to end up having multiple surgeries, because in the long run, one, not only is it going to be inconvenient, but two, there's only so many amount of times that you can get a surgery because the limited amount of donor grafts you have available in the back of your head. And I do understand how annoying the routine may seem, especially when you have all these things to do, and especially if it's something like finasteride, you don't want to risk something as severe as ED. So I totally understand that point of view, but also the frustrations that it comes with wanting to still keep your hair. But for that reason, I have been working in the background, coming up with a simple solution that is going to help you keep up with a very effective routine and regimen, but without all the headaches that it comes with that keeps us from staying consistent. But that's just a little sneak peek I wanted to share with you because I'm like super excited, once it comes out. So I hope you guys are able to take something away from this video and you guys found some value in it. If you guys did, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.